At this point, we all know Pixar. We've seen all their movies. And everyone has their favorites. In this video, we'll rank all of Pixar's feature films, not including the Planes franchise.
Which sucks ass.
Let's just spin the wheel.
Oh, it's incredible.
Oh,
Alright,
shit.
alright.
They're Incredibles. Okay. I mean, there's really not much to say, The Incredibles, man. I mean, the relationships between the family, Mr. Incredible and Syndrome, everything about the design concepts and all, really interesting. And like, it's very strong sa nostalgia, in my opinion, too.
It's really nice how it's one of the most different ones in Pixar's entire roster, you know? It's like, it's the most mature one, you know? Like, it's kind of weird seeing a fair storyline play out in a kid's film like this.
Yeah, actually, it is. Now that you point that out, it is really mature for its time too. Like, you know, despite it being like a crazy superhero movie, there's still like underlying themes that go with it. So it can be enjoyed by everyone, and that's why it's like a family favorite. So yeah, it should be in the A tier for now, at least.
Alright.
Next movie, I guess. Cars 2.
Alright.
Okay. Up for me, it's probably one of my first cinematic experiences in the theater. I remember we had like a conversation on this film, and like nostalgia's like a hell of a beast. And now that you're old, I never really got the time to rewatch it. So that feeling of excitement for that film still rests with me today. And you mentioned that the only really powerful moments that there was there in the film was really the intro sequence, the montage sequence that was in there. And obviously, Mr. Fredrickson's and Ellie's relationship was pretty strong, but everything after that, it's just like a wild goose chase with so many convoluted parts.
That's nostalgia. You know?
I mean, it's so hard to say. I mean, I don't know. I want to say it's a good film for the little me.
Completely right. I completely agree. I know it's a very unpopular opinion, but I feel like everyone's opinion on Up is just carried by that intro sequence alone. You know, it's really good. It's one of it's that intro. It's Pixar at its best. You know, Pixar at its finest. But everything else after that is just I don't know, generic kid stuff. You know, it's not that enjoyable to watch now when you're older. I mean, I know that it's directed towards kids, but it would have been better if it were more enjoyable for like adults like us.
Regardless, like obviously this film is such a giant in Pixar history, and it's still not even in the bottom of the list, or nowhere close in the bottom of the list. So I would say it's somewhere
For me around it's C.
C?
Yeah.
What the fuck is your problem? What the fuck? Oh damn. Okay. We'll settle on it. B muna.
B
muna.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck you. No, I'm just kidding. Alright, I'm gonna be nice. I'm gonna stay with the B. Okay. Next movie. Cars 2.
Oh, you gotta save the best for last.
Oh, true.
Oh, Finding Dory.
Right.
You know, Finding Dory's it's such a forgettable film. You know, like it's not particularly bad, but it's not like it's nowhere near as good as Finding Nemo as well. So there's really not much to say about it, I guess.
This is gonna be like a reoccurring thing in our discussion. I predict that we're gonna be talking about the sequelitis a lot in this list, because it's always gonna be like, the sequel doesn't really hold up to the first one, but you know, it's still a good film. It makes sense. That's what I feel like. That's what Pixar suffers from the most. And obviously, they want to expand their franchises and stuff. And for me, in the case of Finding Dory, I felt like we didn't really need to expand that much on its universe. There is a cool ensemble and all, and like they all have their own cool backstories and stuff. But like, Dory already had like a such an impact on the first one, and I guess it has some merit to create a new sequel. I don't know. It's a fun movie. It is a fun movie, and I don't think it disappointed. I don't know. I really don't know I have no idea where to place this tier on, because I feel like it's a fine film that anyone could watch. The ensemble is very entertaining. You know, the beluga whale, the other fish friends in there, the seal. There's some good jokes in there, but like, I think it's like nostalgia just like trying to beat us down, man. Shit. But I don't know. How about you? Where would you place this on the tier list?
Place it at C, I guess. It's mediocre, you know. So it's
I mean,
it's a C as
it
it
doesn't
gets.
disrespect the first one.
Yeah, the first one was perfectly fine as it is, you know.
All right. I can agree with that. Should we settle on that? All right.
All right.
Okay. Next movie, baby. Oh, Coco.
All right.
You go ahead, dude. I have little to say to Coco, actually.
Yeah. Actually, me too. I think it's up there, probably top 5, I guess, or maybe at least it's surely in the top 10 of Pixar films. But
yeah, I mean, going back, there's not much to say about Coco. There's some really creative design choices, and I think it's one of the first Pixar films that actually like gave representation to a lot more, you know, to the real world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that we can all socially connect to naman, and it's actually paced really well. Obviously, it's targeted to kids. Personally, the third act wasn't really my thing. It felt very
got a generic
tied
twist villain.
Yeah, it tied too neatly. It was kind of predictable, but hey, I mean, we should cut it some slack because it's obviously aimed for children. It's obviously aiming for the feel good ending. But I personally would place it first on A tier. I feel like it's S tier worthy though. But
yeah,
there's so much more
I think that's fair.
S tiers on the list. S tier, we go S tier.
All right.
S tier muna. We'll see how much that changes. All right, next movie. Cars 2. Please. Monsters Inc.
What do you think? I wanna know your opinions on this.
Monsters Inc. It's really up there for me with like one of the top 5 movies, because obviously nostalgia. I feel like there's like only a few handful of Pixar movies that I actually can like recall most of the scenes and like learn them by memory. But like as a film itself, you know, it introduces a really interesting conflict, because when you think about it, like Mike and what's his other name?
Sully.
As I say, it's one of the best. I don't remember the main characters' names. Sully and Mike's characters didn't have any conflicts whatsoever, right? Going in, they were the top tier scarers, and then it's one of the few movies of Pixar that actually the conflicts come from a third party thing that actually melds in well into the narrative, and you can see these characters actually don't coordinate well together, and they're still finding their synergy even if they're good at this one thing. And the meme potential of this whole movie by itself, there's so much fucking memes that came out of this movie, but as a film, I must say it's a really solid Pixar film in my opinion.
Yeah, I think it has one of the strongest cast of characters in all of the Pixar films, you know? Like, Sully and Mike are probably the most likable protagonists in I guess all of the films, you know? I really couldn't think of like a pair of protagonists who are more likable than them too, you know?
Yeah, but damn, if you really think about it, the whole world here is so fleshed out.
Yeah.
It's such an original and creative concept, and like there's so many standouts that didn't even need to like be a standout, and they're so memorable, you know. Obviously the slug lady who's always she has like her own punchlines. Si Boo, and even the guy who was like quarantined or something had like a sock on his back.
The 2319
He had his
guy.
own-
It's George, yeah.
Yeah.
George.
Oh, see, you even remember his name. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
You know. I think it's mutual. We
Yeah.
go S tier,
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
S tier. Definite S tier. Next movie.
We finally get Cars 2.
This whole time Cars 2 wasn't in the list. Onward.
Yeah.
Been meaning to talk about this film. Okay, you go ahead.
So,
You go ahead.
This one's super interesting to me. As I've told you before, I wasn't really captured by the marketing of this film or whatever. It was like some sort of fantasy, like coming of age story. But it never really appealed to me. But when I did watch it for this video, man, it really, really tugs on the heartstrings, you know.
It really did. I'm glad. I wish we watched it in the cinemas.
Yeah.
Man. Fuck.
Because even if, as I've said, I didn't really like those two characters that much. The emotional beats of this movie, they just hit really well, you know. Like how they treated loss and all of that stuff and coping with it just hits really hard, you know.
Oh my god, that setup for the ending. Holy crap, all that build up to that. Honestly, it's also one of the smartest Pixar films in terms of like setting up jokes and stuff, because usually, you know, in the other Pixar lineups, you'll see like they just do jokes for the sake of jokes, right?
Yeah.
But here, it's like a plot device. Like there are a couple of scenes that you'll pick up like, oh, okay, that's just a gag that they did. And then once you pick up to like midway through the movie, it's actually used as something that could benefit them for the entirety of the movie. So I'm like, holy crap. And it's riddled with all of that. And not only that, the performances are great. And I know that you weren't a fan of them at first, but you know, seeing that and all of it tying in all together. Obviously, there are some lapses in like plot holes, but it's a fantasy movie. What can you expect? It's like there are gonna be some shortcuts like that, but I don't know. I want to know how you would place this on the tier.
I think it's an A.
It's an A. Because right now I'm thinking like it's behind the S tier. Like it might be the last of the pack of the S tier in my opinion. I'm not sure.
Yeah, nah.
So
I don't
we'll
think it's
settle with
an
like
S,
maybe
you
a
know?
strong A tier. It's one of the strongest A tiers so far.
Yeah.
All right, I can go with. I can live with that. As long as
You
it's
can live with that,
above
right?
there, because damn, it's criminally underrated. I have to say, man. All right,
Let's
next
move on.
movie.
Alright. What do we get next? Toy Story 3. Alright.
Toy Story 3. Sige, I'll start first.
Alright.
For me, it's probably the strongest sequel to the first installment. Do you think that?
Yeah. Honestly, yeah.
I mean, it really is, in my opinion, because it's like they expanded so much in the universe and still keeping it very grounded. You know, everything feels believable and stuff. As to like Toy Story 2, they went leaps and bounds to make it way more comedic and way more. It feels more unrealistic. It's still a good movie, mind you. All of the set pieces are amazing, but like personally, in my opinion, Toy Story 3 also has one of like the strongest antagonists in a Pixar film also. Even if it's predictable, like the film does such a good job at like immersing you. I watch this all the time just to get mad at like the bear. What's his name?
Lotso.
The
Lotso
bear?
Hagen Bear.
Ayun, Lotso. Well, like, ikaw, what's your opinion?
I agree na, like as you said, this one has a really strong villain. I remember we watched this when I was a kid at the cinema, you know. And you know, I was a dumbass kid back then, so I didn't really expect it to be the nice old bear, you know. But I just remember getting really hooked, you know. And while Toy Story was never my favorite, even when I was younger, you know, this movie really makes you connect with all the characters really well. Really expounds on everyone's character, you know, from the first and second films. So yeah, I think I agree on it's the best out of all the Toy Story sequels.
For me, this is the film that did justice for the ensemble, and I personally think this might be like a controversial take or whatever, but I feel like Toy Story should have just ended at 3. Like
yeah.
there was really no need.
Yeah, well, but
to
yeah,
get to
but
4.
we'll
Oh,
get more
fuck.
of that later. Alright.
Yeah. But I'm just glad that they didn't neglect the ensemble here because there's so much like they really, even if they introduced new people, a lot of them were just had their own thing, you know. Even like Bonnie's toys, the crew of Lotso, everyone had like their own backstories.
Trixie the Triceratops. Yeah, no, right? Like there's such a perfect balance between all the screen time of all the characters, you know. It's so nice to see.
I think that it really was the advantage of this film. It really immersed you. It really was an escape for me. Like escape in a way that I got lost into the film and lost into the story. My God, what else can I praise?
The story of Toy Story, alright.
Alright, clever God. Okay, so I must say between Monsters Inc. and Coco, right?
Oh, really?
Oh, shit.
It's just it's A tier after Onward, you know.
Damn. All right. Okay, I must settle with that first. Because I really don't know. Like, I never really processed all of these films together. Seeing it on a list is so jarring. Like, where did they play? Why didn't we could rank it like this? The hell? Alright, okay. Next movie. Oh, fucking call it. In my mind, I'm calling it right now. You know what? Just fucking.
It's the cream of the crop. No questions there.
Put it there.
Alright. Let's move on.
Alright, we don't even have to decide. Yeah, for real. Fucking. The soundtrack slaps, the characters so likable, so amazing, and like the message of it all, of like, setting your mind into it, motivation and stuff, like everything, like all the design choice, and who would have thought that like putting rats into a kitchen would be so appealing, you know?
Like the concept of it, it's so weird, so absurd, you know. It's like there was no way this was supposed to work, but it's just
somehow
Pixar at its absolute finest.
But like, I mean, let's just move on. What else can we fucking say? It's masterpiece. What else can we say? Like, it's unanimous that it's just S tier right there. God damn.
Straight up.
Next movie. Fucking Ratatouille. What do you want me to do, huh? C tier, you fuck?
There we go.
Toy Story 4. Toy Story 4 though.
This is probably the most unnecessary sequel of all time. This is never really expanded on the Toy Story universe, you know? Like, I guess we got Bo Peep back, but so unnecessary, you know? Like, I really hate how everyone, like, most of the old supporting cast was just thrown aside. Even Buzz Lightyear, little Buzz fucking Lightyear himself, was just thrown aside. He's just another supporting character, you know?
I actually really got into like researching this film because I was really surprised that they were planning on making another sequel, but to a movie that's tied itself so neatly. Obviously, there were some cool concepts that they discovered some cool things with like the antique stores and stuff. But like, for me, the overarching message felt confusing. And like, I know you're not supposed to look deep into movies such as this, but like, when like, what's her name? Bonnie or whatever her name is, the doll. She was
Gabby.
She was loved. Oh, Gabby there. See, I don't even fucking remember her name. Gabby, her whole plot was supposed to be loved, right? And she couldn't be loved because she wanted the voice box. It didn't feel very endearing that she was only loved when like Woody gave the voice box. And I thought it'd be nice if she was confident enough. Oh, I don't have the voice box, but someone will still love me. Like accept people for who they were.
Yeah.
And felt weird that was the thing. And it was kind of cool to see like Bo Peep back, but she was such a minor character. Like, she was such a big major character in Toy Story 1, but like in the existing dynamics between the toys now, didn't feel that she was really connected, but I don't know.
It didn't really seem to fit that much, but yeah, Bo Peep though.
Bo Peep though. But I must say though, there's some merit kasi Pixar really improved their animation skills here. Like, everything looks so photorealistic right now. And like,
yeah, I remember when we watched this in the cinema pa. We watched this together, right? Like, I remember both of our reactions from during the intro scene with the water and stuff.
Oh
Bruh.
yeah! Oh my god! Yeah! Holy shit!
This animation's amazing, you know?
Oh, there's just so many like beautiful picturesque sequences that are in there. So there is a lot of like good stuff about this film to talk about. But like, I don't know. So
Yeah.
how about you, man? Where you do the honors? Where do we place?
I think it's a D, you know?
It's a D tier. Yeah.
Yeah, only
So
just.
far.
Mostly because of
Yeah,
the
D.
animation.
Yeah. All right. Next movie. Oh shit! Imagine if Cars is last. Fucking hell. So.
Soul's far better than I expected. It's like Onward to me, but it even surpasses that. This is probably the best background animation I've ever seen. Like it's so jarring sometimes, you know. It takes you into that uncanny valley, you know. Like, it's so weird to see in a good way, you know. Yeah, not only that, the story's really good as well, you know. Because how they incorporated a lot of jazz music during those scenes and that ephemeral, heavenly kind of music during those weird afterlife
When
scenes.
he's transcending.
Yeah.
That is true. And oh man, the first time viewing it, my god, like I don't know for you, but personally that really hit me because it's like it's tackling with like uncertainty and the fact that like, you know, taking film and stuff is actually worth it. It's like, and this can be applied to anyone and it feels way more mature than what Pixar normally puts out. And it's very straightforward with it. And just like also the design choices, man. Pete Docter, the director, this guy is just a genius, man. The way he portrays like souls and stuff, like the fact that they can still put like some colorful life into it. They're usually portrayed in such a dull and monotone manner. And like obviously there's way more fucking leaps and bounds in terms of photorealism in this film. Fuck me. Up and beyond for this one. And yeah, like both masterfully done technically and story-wise in my opinion. And the performances, Jesus Christ. And the message, what else can...
Yeah.
This is something we all need pa.
You know, especially that scene near the end where the main character is remembering all of his, like, his past and stuff. Oh, man.
Oh my god.
While he's playing the piano.
So...
Oh, man. That was just...
what?
Yeah.
What else is there to say? Jesus Christ. You're right. I would definitely place this between Ratatouille and Monsters Inc. so far.
Yeah,
it's definitely one of my top
S
three. Definite top three. Alright, let's put it rightfully where it belongs. There we go. Alright, next movie. Oh, so close! Fuck! Alright, Cars.
Alright. Lightning
Ka-chow.
McQueen. Ka-chow.
Ka-chow indeed.
Kachika, bro. Kachika.
Oh, fuck ko nga pala. Definitely top 10. Definitely top 10. I don't know, top 5?
Yeah,
There's some
it's
pretty...
not top 5, yeah. But top 10, yeah. I agree.
Top 10. And, you know, it's a really cool... it's a really interesting concept with, like, you know, the cocky know-it-all goes down into, like, a journey of, like, you know, humbling himself, and, you know, self-discovery. So very, very nice. And to see it, like, all finish out through the end where he actually learns his lesson and, you know, winning is not everything type of deal. You know, the hubris character arc. It's very interesting. It's very similar to Toy Story in terms of, like, ensemble. You know what I mean? Like, what if fucking I love, you know, Flo, the fucking the Italian yellow car guy. Yeah, Sarge, Mac. Everyone's so, I know, likable in that film. And it's also pretty mature, you know, for what it is. It has some good morals in it too. So, yeah.
Yeah, you know, I find it kind of weird that it's an unpopular opinion to say that you like Cars. I've seen so many people online that say that this movie's crap, you know, they hate it so much. Like, I never understood why. Like I guess maybe I kind of have a soft spot for those kinds of films, you know, where the main character from the big leagues, the big city, humbling themselves, discovering themselves in the small town, you know. I don't know, just all the scenes in Radiator Springs, it really warms my heart. You know?
Nostalgia. No, just kidding. No, but for real though, like, I do love the reverse underdog type character arc, and it's super like interesting to see that because people always usually go for like, oh, it's the underdog, he's gonna go back up and people's champ and all that shit. But like here, it's interesting from that perspective. I mean, yeah, overall, it's a really good film and definitely top 10. I don't think it's top 5 anymore.
Yeah.
So I would say
probably a B.
I think a B.
Yeah.
Jeez. I think it's an A though. I think it's like a weak A. I don't know. Really? You really think it's a B?
I mean, I love it, but yeah, I just don't think it's as good as the other ones,
Damn, I mean, that's true. That's true. Now I'm looking at the rest of the list. I'm like, holy shit. That's weird though. Like, I would put it in a weak A though. Put it in a weak A though. Would you agree with that? Or would you put it below up?
I'd put it above up.
Okay, I agree on that.
Yeah,
but like,
I just don't think it's
Fine, okay. We'll discuss this later. This pains me, man. The nostalgia's hitting too hard. It's coursing through my... Alright, next movie. A Bug's Life. Fuck.
But when people talk about Pixar films, this is the one everyone forgets about.
Yeah, honestly, no one fucking knows what Bug's Life is, and it's one of the few Pixar films that actually left an impression on me. That that scene with like the bird, the climactic scene where Flick builds a bird. Shit was scary as fuck, dude. Oh my god.
Yeah, I mean, it's enjoyable. Don't get me wrong, but it's just seems like such a weird follow-up to Toy Story,
Okay, here's what I have to say. I fucking love Bug's Life when I was a kid. This was my shit. Had like the Happy Meal or whatever the fuck. Had that fat caterpillar. He was my OG, man. That guy stuck to me. I had representation when I was a kid, man. That was important to me. No, but I'm gonna be real though. Like, A Bug's Life, it's a simple story, and I feel like it translated well in terms of world building. The narrative, the world building really helped the simple premise of it. But still, it's still a pretty weak film. In terms of like story, I would put this. I think it's like a weak C.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It's like a weak. Okay, all right. So next movie, I guess.
Yeah.
Shit. Oh, Brave. I don't really have much. I don't recall much. So you go first.
Alright, so first things first. I'd say that Merida's my favorite out of all the Pixar protagonists,
Ah, okay.
Yeah, like, I know a lot of people don't like her that much, but personally, I think she's such a fun protagonist to have, Like, she's one of the most flawed out of all the protagonists. Like, yeah, I know she's some kind of archer prodigy or whatever, but yeah, like, there are times where she's a legitimate piece of shit, yeah. But all in all, I think that makes her so much stronger of a character as a result. Yeah, but with that being said, just being a good protagonist doesn't guarantee that you're in a good film, so...
May bias ka kaya kay Merida, you fuck.
I think it's that Scottish accent that gets me.
If you really think about it, Brave is just Lady Bird.
Yeah.
If you really think about it. Oh my god. No, but like, yeah, okay. You were saying.
Yeah, just everything else in the movie doesn't work that much. The comedy's not that good. There's emotional beats of the storyline doesn't hit that well, personally. Just the entire plot itself, just not that good, It's so disappointing because I like Merida, He deserves a better film.
Oh fuck. Oh god. Brave didn't really leave much of an impression on me. I like the implementation of like, witchcraft and stuff to create this like mother-daughter, relationship. It's really nice, and that was really the whole premise of the film. So I don't know where to place it. I think it sits at a comfortable C tier, but
It's the D tier, honestly.
okay, yeah, I could get behind that. All right, fuck, I really have nothing else to say, so let's just move on. All right, next movie.
Monsters University.
Monsters University. Okay. It for sure doesn't live up to the fucking expectations of the first one. But like, honestly for me, there's some good bits in there. They rounded out the backstories of both of them. And you could see why they had like such an innate connection. Maybe I missed something. But like, there was a lot of like character dissection in Mike's part and Sully's part actually. With like Mike accepting who he actually is, and Sully trying to humble himself down because, you know, not everything is about bloodline and all that stuff. But like, I don't know, I really enjoyed this film. I feel like it's a pretty standard Pixar film, and I don't think it really disappointed the first one. Or
yeah, if we're just talking about pure excitement, pure fun, it's up there when it comes to Pixar. It's so creative, it follows up really well on that on Monsters Inc. and how creative it is. And I think it's an underdog story that was done really well, you know? It's that overarching message of, you know, not judging others by their looks or whatever, and, you know, getting the best out of yourself through what you already have, which was exemplified in the final part of the scary games that they had, you know? Yeah, I really love how they did that. But it doesn't really have that much, you know, when it comes to emotionally connecting with the audience. I guess that's just me. I don't know about you, but I really felt nothing, you know, when I watched this. It's fun, don't get me wrong, but it's just there, you know. Plus, it's just, I don't really think Mike's entire story arc worked that well, you know? Like, people kept on saying he wasn't scary and shit, but I don't know about you, and I don't know about anyone else, but if that thing walked out of my closet when I was a kid, you know, I'd be fucking shitting bricks, you know? Like, so, I just couldn't get into that story of feeling bad for him, because people keep on telling him he's not scary, because he's scary, you know? It's just not believable.
yeah, that is true. That's interesting. An interesting take on that. Never actually seen it that way. But above Finding Dory or below Finding Dory?
It's above.
I would say yeah. I'm agree on that. It's a strong C. It's a strong C. All right, next movie. I swear if it's the last one.
Oh, that would be perfect. Holy shit.
Wait, do we still have Cars 2 on the list? Cars 3. Okay. I mean.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's give it its day in court.
All right.
What the fuck was this film? Holy shit. What happened? At first it was like, oh, they're paying homage to the intro sequence. Oh my god. Speed, I am speed. Sting like a Cadillac, blah blah blah. Be like, holy fuck, he's saying the thing. The nostalgia's kicking in, guys. And then like, as the movie went on, I'm like, where the fuck is this going to? And there's so much like, even from like a character perspective, like what the fuck is happening? Like the Cruz character just feels so overpowered all of a sudden. It's like they're just trying to get this message across. All of these like messages and plot points that they just want to get to just feel so forced. And my god, that ending, they just wanted to freaking wrap it up.
Not even getting into that tag team stuff, you know? The fact that she won. Like, statistically, this is the best racer of all time. This is the fastest car that's ever walked the face of the planet, you know? But how the hell did you beat him? That's some anime protagonist stuff. It's so bad.
Pixar really lost it here. I don't know who directed this one, but goddamn. I mean, it's not the worst out of the Cars franchise, but fucking hell. It's a really solid contender.
Yeah, just put it in D and let's move on.
Alright, next movie. Wall-E! Holy shit. I haven't even heard of this movie in such a long time. When was this released?
really?
Holy crap.
I feel like this is like the default choice when you ask people what's their favorite Pixar film is. It's either this or Up, you know?
Oh, that is true. No, I meant like, damn, like I haven't seen it on my screen in a while, or like it's never been referenced anymore. There's like a lot of Pixar movies that still live on as whatever the fuck, but like WALL-E, I've never seen much of it anymore, and I'm glad now, you know, I get to relive it again. I want to talk about this film. Holy crap. It's like, obviously starting off, it's like one of the prettiest films at the time, and you know, obviously the futuristic themes of it, and you know, just the likable ensemble cast. I know I keep on saying that, but that's like Pixar's strength, and the fact that they can communicate a lot of this stuff through only like beep boop noises and shit and just their names. It's pretty cool, you know. That's a hard task to deal with, and they all communicated it visually.
Yeah, plus like all that stuff, like the driving force behind the plot about how humans trashed the world. But besides that, none of the characters really stood out to me. I love how like, the first 40 minutes or so, like there was barely any dialogue between Wally and
the cockroach.
And Eva.
Oh, Eva.
Yeah, that was really fun, you know, like how they conveyed so much emotion through pure visuals and
through
stuff.
silence.
Yeah. But once they got to the spaceship, it was just turned into generic Pixar, so... Yeah, now that I think of it, a lot of it was Wally just being dragged into the plot, you know? He just wanted to get his Eva back.
Yeah, yeah, that is true. He just wants to get... no. I guess it is above... I don't know where to put this, though.
Above
I don't
up,
think it's...
I guess? Like below Cars?
Fuck,
I mean,
we'll have to
that's where I'd
deliberate
put
this. The nostalgia's hitting too hard. I'm kind of biased. Fuck. Alright, next movie. No, fuck.
Oh, Cars 2 is gonna be last,
I mean,
isn't
not
it?
no finding... yeah, not no Finding Nemo, but... You know what I mean. Okay, Finding Nemo. Holy shit. Top 5 for sure. Honestly.
Man, I've got to say, Finding Nemo is my favorite out of all the Pixar films.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, like, I know it's a bit of a weird choice, but it's undoubtedly my favorite.
No, I mean, dude, I'm with you on that. I mean, I don't know. I'm still not solidified with whichever is my favorite. They're so fucking good. There's so many good films in here, but like, yeah, it's really good. And this is what I like about Finding Nemo compared to WALL-E. Remember, WALL-E is like dragged into all of these like convoluted mess because he just wanted to get Eva. This one, it's like Marley needs to find his son.
Yeah,
so every encounter they go through, they have to fight through that shit.
And just as a single goal, but it's like the most important goal out there.
Yeah, it's like the overarching goal. And I really like plot structures like this, where it's like, you know, when like in a plot structure, it's like a normal curve, right? Go up, blah blah blah, rising action, blah blah blah. But the rising action, there's so many speed bumps that you get to, and it's so fucking good, and it really works well as a plot device, and to add like really interesting set pieces into that. And there's so many fucking memorable set pieces. You can name fucking... I feel like we can name fucking everything, you know, from the turtle to the fucking the jellyfish, the sharks, the sardines who are like forming fucking symbols and shit.
And the end, all that culminating with the pelican guy telling all those stories to Nemo about how his dad is swashbuckling through the ocean trying to find him, you know? It's just...
Yeah. Works so well. Oh, dude, I'm fucking goosebumps. What the fuck?
Like for me, this is Pixar movies that gets me the most emotionally, you know? Plus, couple that with what I think is a very underrated soundtrack.
Oh my god!
You know, it's just
don't even
super good.
Fucking hell. But so because I know it's your favorite, so you have a bias on it. But like, man, I really do love it too, though. I'ma put it before Ratatouille. Should we do that? Does that work, or we'll deliberate? Should it sit? You know what? We have time to deliberate, but let's put it
number 2.
You know, number 2. It makes sense. What's next? Shit. Okay.
Cars 2, please be last.
Yeah, please be last. Imagine, that would be such a good conclusion to this whole thing.
Like, what are the odds of that even happening? You know?
We'll see. We'll see. Oh my God, Cars 2 is gonna be the last.
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2.
It's really weird because when you look it up online, like the critics' choices or whatever, Toy Story 2 is always up there. You know, it's not uncommon to see it in first place, among the Pixar films and shit. But honestly, I never really thought it was that good, you know?
Yeah, finally somebody said it. Holy shit.
But it's not as good as the first one, and it's sure as hell isn't as fun as the third one. So I don't know.
Okay, so what I have to say about Toy Story 2, I do feel the same, because if I were to rank this, obviously Toy Story 1's coming up, obviously Toy Story 1's the best, and Toy Story 2 for me really is the weakest one in the franchise. Because although it does have some of the memorable scenes, that doesn't mean it's a good story. If you actually look at the story, like look what happens in the third act. What the fuck is happening in there? You're in an airport or something, and it's like a chase scene.
It got so large scale at the end. It just doesn't stand up to
I don't know. There's just something it's definitely not a bad film, but like in comparison with the other sequels that it had.
Yeah, but it's just nowhere near as good as the critics say it is.
Yeah, definitely. I think it... Okay, my bad. Actually, is Toy Story 2 worse than Toy Story 4?
No, definitely
really,
not.
I mean, like, if you really think about... I guess... No, yeah.
Yeah, like, it's just not as fun to watch as the others, but it still has a very coherent plot, a narrative, so...
It's a great introduction for like Bullseye and Jesse, but you know, still
everything else.
I don't know.
Meh.
Yeah, man. I would out of all the four, I wouldn't rewatch. I know Toy Story 2. It might be it's probably one of the last things I'd rewatch. So, with that said, where do we place this on the tier? So, it's definitely better than Toy Story 4.
Yeah, what
definitely better than Toy Story 4.
Is it better than Brave though? I guess.
Is it better than Brave?
Yeah. Probably. I mean, when it comes to
the
technicals of filmmaking, it's much better than Cars 3, Toy Story 4, and Brave. So, yeah, I think I'd give it that.
Sige. I'ma sit on it yet. I'm not sure. All right, next movie. Oh fuck! Cartoon.
No! No! It's no! God damn it!
Fuck! You! Where are you? Where are you, son of a bitch? Where are you?
Okay, next one.
Next one. Okay, yeah, but like, let's keep it short. I mean, what the fuck, Pixar?
No one likes Mater. There, I said it. He's such a shitty ass character, bro.
I mean, what the fuck happened? It lost all of its like original sentiments from the first one. You chose Mater, I guess, cool, but like he wasn't really much that interesting. He was just a comic relief guy, and I guess they were trying to put him deeper, give him more character and stuff. But like a spy movie.
Yeah,
like fucking.
I get why they chose Mater as a protagonist. You know, like McQueen's character arc was basically over now by the end of the first film. You know, he's established as one of the best in the world now. Pero Mater, he's just not very likable. You know. Like, I guess it's just me na part of it's I never really liked the dumbass protagonist archetype, you know? Like
the jester, dumbass jester.
Characters who just fumbles their way through everything. I don't know. Like I can't recall any other Pixar film where like throughout the film I was straight up rooting for the bad guys to win, you know? I just hate Mater so much.
Yeah, and it's not even just the character, the writing is just like, oh, let's make this the most child-friendly and brain-dead movie we could make. I guess they were just trying to venture out into more, you know, different grounds and stuff, but like, yeah, I don't know, like, at least Cars 3 had an interesting premise that just didn't pan out well. This one, it's just
Cars 2, you know, there's nothing ka-chow about it.
It was supposed to make me ka-chow, man. What the fuck? It only made me ka-chica. Fucking hell. But hey, is there any merit to give it?
Nah.
I mean, poor animators though. I mean, Hey, that's really all I can say. Okay. Last 4 movies.
What's next?
Next movie. Incredibles 2. I think it mildly suffers from sequelitis. Mildly. It's
Yeah.
definitely never gonna beat the first one, obviously. But like, I feel like the movie just didn't want to take itself too seriously. And it just went all out, fun kids movie. But it was weird because it spent majority of like the first film building like thought-provoking expectations, and just to not see that here, it just felt very similar. It's an interesting to like focus on Elastigirl's character, but like I don't know, it just felt very. It doesn't feel like Pixar to me. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, it felt more like from the main Disney studios, like especially with the shitty ass twist villain again. The villain just doesn't work, Like, the concept of it's kind of nice, it's a screenslaver, but just in execution, it's not that good. Plus, like the message of it, I know the film's trying to be more feminist, It felt you can bring forth those good feminist messages without turning Mr. Incredible into a sexist
C-word.
We've established the Mr. Incredible's flaws in the first film. I feel like it makes a film weaker to have him have that kind of mentality, especially when it comes to his wife,
Yeah, he just felt jealous that she could go superhero working again. But like, I mean, overall, I feel like that's why I said mildly suffers from sequelitis, because if it wasn't taking itself too seriously, it is a fun movie. Like regardless, like there are some funny bits, especially with like Jack and Edna. They really hammered into that and like really focused on that. But like, yeah, like looking at the central narrative, it's fine. It's generic as hell. Didn't feel like Pixar writers were actually helming the wheel on this one, but
yeah,
I don't know.
It felt
feels
so
weird.
corporate, It didn't have the heart that all the other Pixar films had.
They kind of just played it safe. So
Yeah, and another point, the character design's so bad,
Hey.
Like, what is up with all those the secondary villains and stuff? Like the big brick guy,
no. Yeah.
the owl puking guy. I don't know. It's absolute horseshit character design. Like, what is up with that?
It's like they just drew lots or some shit, or like look from like kindergarten drawing. I mean, I don't want to diss them that bad. Holy fuck, I'm not that creative in like character design, but like. Where the fuck were we, Blue? What the fuck
it's
is
surely
happening?
in D, right? It's D, surely.
It's surely in D. There's a lot I want to rearrange, but definitely sits in a D. And I feel like it's...
Yeah, I guess. I think that's fair.
So, I guess next movie, we'll see. Last 3. Shit.
The
Good Dinosaur. Yeah, actually, I remember you really had a lot to say about this one, so you go ahead.
I think this really suffered from being released so close to Inside Out, It's not really as bad. I don't think it's as bad as some people say it is. But definitely there were some very, very boring scenes. The human sidekick, the dog kid. I don't know, I didn't really have much of an emotional connection to it. I never thought it was cute or anything. I don't know, just overall, the film really did well when it comes to getting those classic emotional Pixar stuff right, especially the ending. I guess I found it really emotional. There was some melancholic feeling all throughout the film, which built up a lot. But just overall, the film as a whole, the middle parts, it's nowhere near as good as the other Pixar films.
And that was interesting because I remember when we had the conversation last time, you said that The Good Dinosaur suffered from Inside Out's release, and it did, but I feel like The Good Dinosaur it really didn't. I didn't really feel anything from it, honestly. Like, I appreciate the sentiments and like the themes that were involved in it. You know, like the coming of age type, you know, the usual Pixarisms that you see. I don't know. It just felt very lackluster too in the end. Yeah, overall, it's really one of the weaker Pixar films in my opinion.
Yeah.
So, guess... Damn, D tier's piling up, man.
I mean, honestly, I don't think it's bad enough to be D tier. I'd say, like, for me, it's probably the worst in the C tier. But I don't know. What about you?
This is my personal experience because I really didn't feel anything for the Good Dinosaur, and I get what they were going for. The execution made sense. Everything, there's some beautiful scenes and stuff, but it's so weird that it's kind of above Toy Story 2. Feels weird.
Yeah,
I guess
honestly,
it's just
like it feels weird to put it above Toy Story 2, but
I need to rearrange this later.
I really like the nostalgic kind of melancholia that the Good Dinosaur has. So,
Oh, I'm so torn. I guess we could put it at the C tier. Sure. We need to reevaluate this list. Holy shit, it feels wrong. Feels wrong. Okay, fuck it.
Right,
next movie.
Last
two. Shit. Imagine if we ended at Toy Story.
Oh,
the one that started it all. I jinxed that shit right now.
Bro, come on.
Please. Inside Out.
Oh, you fucking idiot. Come on, yo.
Fuck. You know what? No. We're doing Inside Out first. Wait, how the fuck do you do this? Shit. Toy Story.
There.
Okay.
There you have it.
Oh, Inside Out.
Alright, Inside Out.
Holy shit. Okay. Fuck.
Let's just act like that's exactly what happened, you know? Alright. Inside Out.
So, Inside Out, same director as Soul, almost equally as good as Soul, in my opinion. But for me, it suffers almost the same way as The Good Dinosaur for me. It might be an unpopular take, but like, it didn't hit me as much as I thought it would be. I have to commend everything about it. And Pete Docter, man, this guy, just one of the most creative people right now in Pixar. The creative design choices that they have here, and like the way he can create a lot of these intangible concepts into animation is insane. And the fact that all of it is super consistent all throughout, oh my god, I don't even know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Honestly, I definitely agree with you. It's good, but it feels so much weaker now. Now that we can look back on it. Following the two protagonists, you know, sadness and joy.
Yeah.
I don't really think they were the most likable protagonists out there. I get that sadness is, I guess she wasn't really meant to be likable, you know, since no one likes sadness in real life, you know, but yeah, just, I mean, overall, I get the lesson and everything, but the dynamic of those two characters just really brought the movie down for me, you know?
For me, I really commend this film though, because not a lot of people talk about it. It's like the idea of toxic positivity, you know, people forcing, oh, just smile through the pain, just be happy-go-lucky, you'll be happy in life. And the fact that this film addresses that perfectly of like, you know, we need to experience sadness to actually experience real joy. So I don't really have anything, I guess, to critique about it other than that. It just didn't leave that much of an impression, Rene. I don't know.
I want to know where you'd put it.
It's definitely good. Yeah, it's like a strong A.
Oh.
It's almost S. It's like a low S. But it's a strong A just because of like how well made it was.
All right, I think that's fair.
Yeah, I guess I feel like it's a weak S though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely put this low S. The granddaddy of them all. Toy Story, man. You go ahead.
Where do we even begin with this thing? You know, like. I feel like this is a work that is as good now as it was before. You know. It's like something that has really stood the test of time, you know? And just, you know, aside from being historically significant, this film's just entertaining from top to bottom, you know, from start to finish. The ensemble's probably one of the very best in the entire Pixar roster. And just Woody and Buzz, the dynamic between the two, it's as iconic a pairing as you could get from the whole film industry, There's really nothing much left to say, when it comes to praising this film. So, yeah. What about you? What do you think?
Oh, okay, yes, there. Okay, it's definitely one of the best. It's definitely up there, top 5 even, top 10, for sure. And obviously, just the sheer fucking history behind this movie. The fact that it's the first Pixar film and it made that shit came out of that studio. My god. That's already a feat on its own. And the fact that it could tell a really compelling story and it's such a creative one as well. And the fact that, two protagonists, obviously Mike and Sully are iconic duos themselves. Ito na rin, isa na rin tong iconic duo, the toys of Woody and Buzz. Because, I don't know, I feel like just even the world building on it, like, this is like this writing prompt that they probably created. It's like what every kid thought of back then. And, that weird ass kid Sid or some shit. God damn, motherfucker's crazy.
The most relatable character in the entire film.
He really is. Mother fucked up toys and shit. What the hell? Crazy ass motherfucker. But oh no, seriousness. It really need, for me. It is, in my opinion, it needs to be in the S tier.
Definite S tier.
I don't know where to place it in the S tier though. That's my problem.
I'd say it's above Monsters Inc.
Okay.
Yeah.
There. Okay. Nah, I'm good with this. Are we good with this?
Yeah.
I'm good with this.
Alright, we're good.
Okay, so... Okay guys, remember, opinions change, but this is what we think. So, go quarrel in the comments, but... Yeah, I guess this is...
we had some popular opinions, but even more unpopular ones, so... Yeah.
But it's interesting, After all, this is an interesting video to make. There are actually like a couple of films that I was surprised you'd put it in that tier. And there's a lot, obviously majority of the films we actually had a good synergy on like putting which the rightful position they are in. So I'm glad. Just to see all of these like films that shaped our childhood in one pseudo bulletin board
Yeah, I know.
of ranks. My god.
Overall, to whoever's watching this, you're entitled to your own opinions naman, but yeah, I'm personally happy with this list. So, yeah.
No, but for real, yeah, I am satisfied with this list, honestly. Okay, so upon accomplishing the tier list, we realized, what actual Pixar movies stand the test of time. And, see, creating this tier list, I get why it's such a popular trend now. And hopefully, we get to do more in the future. So, I guess, well, that's it, man. I don't know how the fuck do I end this?